So I actually really loved it. First of all, because it was you, and it's
Oh.
like really always very comfortable for me to be with you. Then it's very important for a person to believe in, in someone's work. So when I believe you, like I know that everything's gonna be 100% good. So I was like almost relaxed, even though it was really hot. It was tiring, and you were not that much fast as always.
Yeah.
But still, I really loved it, and I haven't seen pictures yet, but I'm sure they're going to be the best because you're a genius.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're very modest, same as I. So, and can I say that one of the best things I loved yesterday was the last shoot, the last look? When we needed the fountains, can I say about that? When we needed fountains, and they start only at 6, right? But you did it at 4, and it was like still sun. People were like going around, and they were shocked that it started at 4, and it was so beautiful. The music was really breathtaking. And we did the last shot. I hope it worked. So the last look, I think, was like one of the most emotional.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's like a much needed surprise.
Yeah. And we've been waiting for it like for 10-15 minutes, but it was worth.
What I loved about shooting with you is that this is the first time we've actually been able to work together since, how many years have I known you? Like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5, yeah.
But, we had been talking about working together, and the fact that Symphony brought us together, I think that was a great experience. And I'd never been to Dubai, so to be able to see the city through the shoot was amazing because these locations are just so stunning, and they play such a great backdrop to you and the clothes. So I think it was just so much fun to be able to walk around and find these locations and
like see the best location.
Exactly,
actually,
or see what would complement the clothing, and it was just so great because I had no idea what to expect, and then for our last shot to have the fountains turn on for us when they're supposed to be turned on later, that was icing on the cake. So we're lucky that we shot it now as opposed to in the summer when it's like sweltering hot. So.
Or even springtime, it's really hot. It might be like plus 40.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So now even though it was really hot, it was okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It was beautiful weather. Couldn't have asked for a better day.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you. Well, as for me, as I told like all the girls, that my best friend is Muslim, so I'm very close to that culture. So that is why I really love the girls. They're very warm, they're very nice and sweet, and we could see that on our first dinner. And I really got to love Salama. She's the sweetest thing, and her sisters, her mom, and all the girls that came to dinner. And actually all the girls who used to send me some messages on Facebook or Twitter. There were always many girls from Kuwait or Saudi Arabia or Dubai. So when I got the invitation from this country, I was not like really surprised.
Yeah.
So we really love Dubai girls.
That's good. Coming to Dubai, I definitely had, a little bit, I had a certain idea of what to expect, but I just didn't expect the grand scale of the city and the architecture and the people. There's definitely a lot of passion, definitely rooted in culture and architecture. And just coming to Symphony and walking around and seeing the women, they really do have an appreciation for fashion, and I think that's quite amazing, and they definitely celebrate it, and that's quite nice. And I've only been here for a short period of time, and I just think it's just so amazing how forward-thinking the city is and how embraceful they are of tourism, and I think that's so great.
Yeah, actually the city is developing real fast, because the first time I came here, I came with my family. It was like 11 or 12 years ago. It was absolutely different.
So they had to see the development.
Yeah. So like every year we came here, we saw something new. So like all those buildings were growing like mushrooms,
Yeah.
It was. You
can see it just.
It was breathtaking.
By the hour.
Yeah.
How things are.
Well, if you think about the fact that the Burj Khalifa was built in 4 years, it's crazy. 160 floors. it's I don't know, because in Russia people can build a house in like
just
for like 4 or 5 years,
exactly.
you know, and here they build that
the world's
the
biggest
highest
structure.
yeah in 4 years. That's really
awe-inspiring.
yeah.
To be
Do you remember the view on the 123rd floor where we had the dinner? It was breathtaking, really. So my favorite one, I think, was the Alessandro Rich, the black one. Maybe because I love the style like that, and maybe because I felt the most comfortable in that, shooting during daytime, even though again it was really hot, because there was lots of tourists, men and women coming, passing by.
Yeah.
And you remember, like it was when I was wearing something open, we felt like
a little uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you kind of blended in a bit more, but it was very dramatic.
It was dramatic. I loved the dramatic sleeves, and I loved how you call that?
The high collar.
Yeah.
Or like the Victorian collar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that one I think was my favorite.
My favorite is, well, I think it's clear as I love the Jason Wu. I mean, the color of the dress, yes. Just it was just a pleasure to be able to shoot that dress because it was his finale dress, and to see it on you and for you to be able to play with it the way you did, I think that was.
And I really hope that the picture when I was running.
Well, that was one shot I really wanted to perfect, so I definitely made you run in that dress for sure.
That's why we were running so for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
But we had fun.
Yeah.
And I hope that the dress is okay.
Oh, yeah, well, that's not the point. You're okay considering what I put you through.
Okay.
I can remember what you were wearing when we met.
Really?
Yeah.
It was in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York.
I was wearing gray Lanvin dress.
Yes.
Yes, it was then?
And then
it was Oscar de la Renta show.
And then leather. Oh wow, she has a very good memory.
It was not leather. It was.
No. On top, you were wearing like a leather, like a holster belt. On top.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Was it
a
Russian
Russian designer?
Okay,
Denis Smyshov, yes. Okay. And yes, it was the first time. And then you came to us, to me. I was with Vika.
You introduced me through Vika.
Yes, and you said, and you always knew what we were wearing.
Yeah.
I mean, Vika told me this is a genius boy who knows every single thing, every single dress. He knows everything. He's like guru in fashion. And then, like many times, when you saw us, you said, "Is this Lanvin? Is this I don't know." The only thing you didn't know was that black thing because it was Russian designer. All the rest, you were like really genius in that.
Yeah, that is the official first time we met. I think the first time I saw you was outside the Karl Lagerfeld show. You were wearing a Prada skirt, floral printed taffeta
motorcycle
skirt,
leather
and a motorcycle jacket.
Yeah.
And you had your bangs.
Yeah, Ray-Bans. It was like 10 a.m.
It was very early in the morning.
I was looking awful. That's why I was wearing my sunnies.
You definitely caught a lot of people's attention.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What we love about what we do. We love fashion. That is why we love what we do, right?
Yeah, fashion is what brought us together.
Yes, I mean, when you love what you do, you're a happy person because every single day when you wake up, you are happy to do what you love, right? And when you do what you love, you don't get tired, you don't get depressed, because you do what you love. And when you do what you love, you do it very good, right? So I think that's really one of the happiest thing in the world after maybe kids, to do what you love.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and sometimes I look at you and think that like really you should be loving fashion and what you do really
sometimes too much
because otherwise to do all of that things it's just impossible. I mean all of those fashion weeks, like 4 weeks, like a month, 2 months a year, and even more.
2 months
couture,
a year. Like half
oh my
a year
God,
for
half
me.
a year, yeah, because there's men's fashion.
I have to do men's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So really, like you're there every single day from 9 a.m. because shows sometimes start at 9, like Balenciaga, like or Lagerfeld, like Stella McCartney.
But why do you love what you do?
What I love what you do?
No,
what I do?
What you do, not me.
You mean what I love in my...
Well, I mean as a stylist and an editor, what is it that you love? And that you
I love maybe... Well, what I definitely love fashion. I love clothing. I'm an absolute fan of that. And sometimes I can go shopping all day long, not buying anything, just touching, just looking, just, getting inspiration, just enjoying, like in Russia we say that feel myself as a fish in the water. Like feel in your like ideal atmosphere,
Yeah.
So what I love, I think it's global. I mean, that I love fashion, I love writing, I love styling, I love doing everything. I love looking good. I love making people looking good. And sometimes when I see the evolution in some women's style, and I realize that, for example, she's reading the magazine in which I'm working, or maybe she was the client of our Bureau of Fashion, because we have a Bureau of Fashion, which gives the professional stylists to women. And because sometimes there are women who have no fantasy, who might have no time for that, so they just need a professional help from the stylist, and then they get to look really great. They have a new haircut, they have clothing that matches them and shows their advantages and hides their not beautiful...
Their insecurities.
Yeah. So maybe that is also what I really enjoy, to help women find themselves, love themselves, and look beautiful and not vulgar. Because sometimes women think that to look beautiful, they must wear something very short, they must wear Swarovski, I don't know, bling-blinging, and all of those transparent fabrics, but it's not like that. I mean, to look good, you can just put a little bit of fantasy and look good.
Okay. I love what I do because it isn't, well, if I didn't love what I did, it wouldn't feel like work, and it doesn't. Well, it does at times, but no, I'm just lucky that I get to do something I'm very passionate about, and that I get to share it with the world. And I don't mean people will live vicariously through me, but they just want to, I get to be the eyes and ears for a lot of people, and I think there's a lot of joy in that. And I love fashion, and it's just, I'm lucky that I found a way to express myself through fashion, and hopefully I'll find that through different ways. But it's just such a beautiful world to be a part of, and and I get to meet people like you and come here and be here to
two things I want to tell you is that, first of all, your pictures express women's and men's beauty even more, because sometimes when I see your picture, and for example I saw the same girl like same day, and I didn't really pay attention. I mean, she was looking really good, but not like wow. And when I saw the picture of her, I was like, wow. So sometimes and very often, you make people look much more, I don't know, stunning, beautiful, and stylish on your picture than they really do. And the second thing I want to tell you is that you're a very sweet and modest person, and to be successful in life, and for people to love you and to be with you for the rest of your life, you have to stay like that, because this is, I think, the most precious thing that people have inside. Yeah. So please stay like that.
I try to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, of course, I think that the shooting part with you, because it was really lots of fun. It was lots of my absolutely favorite junk food. It was... that
was quite fun.
It was like running around.
Not healthy, but very fun.
Not healthy, but still.
Oh, you can afford it, I can't.
No, we both can. Yeah. But sometimes we can. When we give that much energy
Yeah.
and calories, that's okay. So actually, I think that this trip was really great, and I loved almost everything that happened here. Dinner, meeting girls, meeting you, shooting with you, everything, really everything. Everyone's been so nice and so sweet, and I think we had like real fun. And you got to see this country, you got to see this city.
Yeah, I think
Which is
definitely
really
for me
amazing.
the highlight is just coming here for the first time and experiencing and seeing it,
Yeah.
and having Symphony be such a beautiful host and show me Dubai. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Dubai, but from what I've seen, it's just quite inspiring, and just to have this experience, I think that is more so for me a highlight than coming on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.